Bhargavi, are you there? Since she has yet not submitted her PPT in Google Classroom. Okay, yes, Bhumika, continue.
Yes, sir. Today is my topic is Jonathan Swift and science. Jonathan Swift was born on 30 November 1667 and in Dublin, Ireland. He was the second child and only son of Jonathan Swift and his wife Abigail Eric of Frisbee on the Wreck. So this is his biography. This is the image of Jonathan Swift and the depiction of science. In the topic Swift and science, science was also a target of his satirical writings, particularly in Gulliver's Travels, where he referenced real scientific experiments taken from the Royal Society to mock aspects of scientific thought and utility. In this regard, Swift's primary target was science as done by the largely Newtonian Royal Society. Jonathan Swift was a popular writer during the 17th and used satire to comment on many political and philosophical ideas at the time. In Gulliver's Travels, Swift's satire on science is primarily accomplished through his depiction of the Lapusians of these strange beings. Swift writes their houses are very ill built and the walls bevel without one right angle in any apartment, and this defect erised from the contempt they bear to practical geometry, which they despise as vulgar and mechanic. Those instructions they give being to refine for the intellectuals of their workmen, which occasions perpetual mistakes, and although they are dex- dexterous enough upon a piece of paper in the management of the rule, the pencil and the divider, yet in the common action and behavior of life. I have not seen a more clumsy, awkward, and unhappy people, nor so slow and perplexed in their conceptions upon all other subjects, except those of mathematics and music. They are very bad reasoners and vehemently given to opposition, unless when they happen to be of the right opinion, which is seldom their case. Imagination, fancy, and invention, they are wholly strangers to nor have any words in their language by which those ideas can be expressed. The whole compass of their thoughts and mind being shut up within the two aforementioned sciences. Here is the image of Swift and science. This is the satire, politics, and technology of natural knowledge. 1690 and 1730. Here, Swift criticism on the practically of scientific individuals. In this regard, Swift's primary target was science as done by the largely Newtonian Royal Society. The Royal Society had become the de facto arbitrators of science during the 70s and held a large amount of power and prestige in regard of science. The Royal Society in how they acted as a supreme authority over the good Society Isaac Newton had dismissed a large degree of science and had reduced scientific individuals towards only a few fields such as mathematics. This reduction, as with the Laplacians, distorts how things are perceived. More so in Gulliver's Travel, the mentally of the Lapusians had infected a nearby civilization by the name of Belniburbi. Swift saw little point in scientific individuals that did not have pragmatic uses and that did not benefit human lives. The caused Swift to be extra critical of science, concentrated on theoretical understanding or other basic scientific individuals. But Swift also criticized science reductive nature and focus on the empiricism and physicality of Swift's political and moral positions put him in opposition to the Newtonian science and reinforced his dislike of their form of scientific knowledge. As a popular author, Swift set satire on as a popular author, Swift's satire of then current science was widely read, even if not fully understood, and his ideas presented a significant challenge to the growing scientific community. Swift selected the worst, most wasteful scientific experiments to satire and attempted to condemn large segment of science and the scientific method through his satire. Here is my references. Thank you very much.
Yeah, keep your slides there. Okay, second last slide. Yeah. So now see here, you have to also write the name of the writer. So then alphabetically arranged will come, which
Yes,
we were
sir.
talking in the beginning. Okay. Previous slide. Previous. 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 This book you are referring, no? So Gregory Linnell. So it will go by Linnell, Lynal, Gregory, and then the name of the work, Swift and Science. And what you have referred from this that you have to cite. Then you get full points in the rubric if you do that. And this, if you will cite
Yes,
it.
sir. Yes, sir.
And you are reading everything word by word. We were talking in the beginning that try to avoid reading and look into the camera and try to speak so people can get eye contact. So that is what you have to practice. You have to move on. Right now it's okay.
Yes, sir.
But if try something in tomorrow's presentation, then in the next semester, try to improve on from wherever you are. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Questions? Yeah. You can stop presenting now. You can stop presenting and yes. Who is asking questions here?
Sir, me.
Yes. Yeah.
Which type of stories Jonathan Swift used to write?
I think in the wait for a minute. I think in the Swift style there was a science fiction is a larger part. So science fiction is a more in a Swift style.
Okay. Who else is asking?
Yes, sir, me. Yes, your question is that, Bhumika, if Jonathan Swift was alive today, then is any possibility that he write on modern science?
Yes, they are. I think probably the same ones he did write about major issues like and problems of today's world were also he wrote about the 18th century. Are you getting my point?
No, Bhumika, your voice is not clear.
Okay, put your